Hey, everybody, it's Tea Time with the Diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Cousin Courtney. Okay, Cousin Courtney from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hopefully, the reunion part two of Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming on tonight. And hopefully, this is the last time we will see Cousin Courtney on our TVs. Now, listen, Cousin Courtney came out the door being a whole hot mess. And instead of her being able to turn that thing around, how does the brand Nista not turn her situation around? I'll never know. But instead of her turning that thing around, she just kept digging herself in a bigger and bigger and bigger hole. So she went and did a interview on the Bravo Shade Room the other day, and she responded to Kenya's Moore interview with Carlos King, where Kenya Moore talked about, Courtney's face. Well, Courtney gives an explanation as to why her face is the way it is, and we will get more into this story, guys, right after this. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and share a screen with y'all right away. We'll get into this story on the Bravo Shade Room. So, Cousin Courtney talks about a car accident that she had that disfigured her face, and that is the reason why her face is the way it is when she talks. So, let's hear her side of the story.
I was in a car accident with a drunk driver, which disfigured the whole right side of my face. And because I advocated for children who were burned and also who were also in car accidents, I have chosen not to get a 3-hour plastic surgery to break my jaw and make the right side perfect to the left, right? So these are things that make me who I am and have given me the self-assurance to speak up for what I believe in. So like a Kenya making jokes about my face and do I have a stroke and da-da-da-da-da. Nah, actually I was in an accident and I choose to represent all of those little kids with disfigured faces to be like, you know what? You're not what you've been through. You're the resistance and the strength. And those things, I think, build character for me. So I just think that selective, like, outrage is kind of odd on this show, right? Like you're not upset that she's going to attack my physical appearance, but you're upset that I call her mean girl. You know what I mean?
And you can hear your voice when you speak on that. Like,
yeah,
because
really
it's
emotional. Of course, right? Because that's a big decision. You know what I mean? 10 grand and a lot of pain later, my face could look perfect, Kenya, but I choose not to. Meanwhile, you put thousands of dollars of Botox and fillers in yours every day. And that's the difference between she and I.
And does that bother you at some point? Like when you go home and the cameras are off and you think about, okay, I know it's a check and I know this is what we're here to do is take jabs. We understand, but you're still human at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can honestly say that I made a conscious decision to come on this show. I feel pretty healed as an individual, and it took a lot of therapy. When the accident first happened, I literally prayed to God to live because it was pretty bad. My brain swole, cut open, shoulder got detached. You know what I mean?
Goodness.
So I went through a healing process, but in that process, it brought me closer to my mom, my family, like everyone rallied behind me. And it's that confidence and love that drives me. So it kind of it's offensive, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, girl, like, is that the worst thing that you think it's okay? Like, what about girls and kids who are burned on the faces that can't get it fixed?
Right.
I'm an adult. I'm about to be 50. I can get mine fixed. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a joke and it's not cool, but it's just a reflection of being a mean-spirited person. I was in a car accident.
All right, let's talk about this. Let's break this down. I hear what Courtney is saying, and listen, none of these girls. I'm not going to try to justify what Kenya said, even though Courtney called her all kind of things and said it was her karma when she slipped and fell. I'm not going to justify the meanness on either side for either one of these ladies, but I think that if Courtney would have came on the show and maybe been, I can't say her true authentic self, right? Because what's presenting seems to be, because it's consistent, her true authentic self. But if she would have came on the show and perhaps, said right up front, listen guys, if you see me talk and you kind of see this side of my face moving and this side not moving, it's because I was in an accident. I was in a car accident with a drunk driver and that hit me. And that is the reason why this day, part of my brand and what I do is I fight against, people driving drunk. I advocate for the victims that, survive these type of situations because I survived. And part of my survival is I decided to not, get surgery on my face. So that way, when I tell my story, people can connect and know that it's okay if you don't look perfect. Whether it was you was born imperfect, so to speak, okay, or you got some deformity because you was in a car accident and you can't afford to have the surgeries and everything to fix whatever it is that might be bothering you. Look at me. I'm living with it. I'm still thriving, and it's going to be okay. And all the psychological battles that she went through as a result of being in that accident. I think if she would have presented that, and although Kenya didn't say it that way in the article, in the interview with Carlos King, I think that is part of what Kenya was trying to express. Like, tell your true story. Be authentic. Tell what's really going on with you versus you coming up here having a fake beef with Candy and just coming out all crazy and looking crazy. Like, be you. And that would have gave us more of a show. And I think that's what Kenya was saying. Trying to say. But of course, once somebody hurts you, your maybe natural reaction is, I'm going to get back at them. I'm going to say something crazy about them because she did say, Kenya's a mean girl and Kenya got her karma. That's why she slipped and fell. And I think people use the word karma too loosely anyway, but those are my thoughts. So I feel like Courtney could have been a good choice to be a friend of on this season of RHOA had she come up and just told her own truth rather than trying to find a story that she thought the audience was going to connect with, right? All of this drama. If she would have told her own life story, we would have connected with that better and she probably would have been a hit. Tell us what happened to your marriage. Tell us, about, your daughter's father and your life, because when you come on reality TV, right, it's supposed to be real. So tell us what's really going on with you. And so when I looked at the comments under that Bravo Shade Rule, interview that she did, and that was just a clip, many people, they connected to the fact that she had this horrific car accident and that it was unfortunate that not only was it a car accident, but it was a drunk driver. But the people are still not connecting to Courtney at all, okay? They were blasting her a lot in those comments. Like, they gave her, sorry that happened to you. But on the flip side, you still came out the gate wrong. You still a hot mess. You're still mean. And that you went super low when it came to Drew and JoJo. No matter what's going on, especially as an adult, because she says she's almost 50. How do you not know? Like, I'm going to go but solo with a person and I will never talk about the kids, right? So, and again, I keep going back to her own title, being a brandista. What brandista does that? Okay. So anyway, guys, y'all know the routine. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching, everybody. All my subscribers, welcome back. Okay. Everybody out there, y'all know what I do. hit that like button because it helps my videos out a lot. And I'll see you on the next video.